Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 30th of March, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at currencies, then stock markets, commodities, and last of all, some US tech stocks. And we start by looking at the dollar. Dollar is bullish back above the cloud over the last couple of days. Yesterday was a very strong day for the dollar. Uh, we're above the cloud still. We will get a new upside target on this chart from this move off the low, but this column hasn't locked yet. So and there's still some work to do for the dollar. It is just back in the cloud, but it's got a very steep ascent to do to make this look like just a temporary breach. But for the moment, the dollar does look strong short term, and of course the long term picture is one that's still very strong. The euro had some jitters yesterday, and we are back below the cloud here. A lot of news around Brexit, of course, both for the euro and sterling, and we just coming back down below the cloud here. The euro is bullish potentially on the price. The lagging line will wander out. The euro is bullish above the price at about 105.80. So anything below the sort of 105.5 level, and we will see more bearishness, but for the medium term, it is still a pretty bleak picture for the euro, medium and long term, with all these targets. So that's quite key as well. Taking a look at the yen, we see here on dollar yen, dollar recovering as well back through the cloud. And on sterling, we see sterling fell very heavily the day before yesterday and yesterday morning, staging a little bit of a recovery, but really we're bearish still pretty much all round. The lagging line is just above on this cloud, but the failure to make a new high above 127.50 is the real key there. Um, Looking at euro sterling, it's fairly flat. Both currencies are suffering at the moment. Sterling strengthened a little bit against the euro, but overall, sterling is still the more bearish looking currency. Sterling Swiss, we see much the same picture, and against the Australian dollar back into the low 160s, and we've got a new downside target of 155. That's 4% lower, but that's not yet activated. Taking a look at stock markets, the S&P 500 now just really testing this resistance level, just nudging that. Be interesting to see today whether we do actually get back above the cloud for the end of the week. But we're seeing here that last week was the negative week. This week, the green candle is the positive week. So 1 week out of many just makes really the recent sell-off look like a blip. And if we see the same in the Nasdaq, we're actually back into bullish territory on all three charts on the Nasdaq. Not any great upside targets here on the short-term chart, but bullish nonetheless. And the same with the Dow Jones. We're not quite through yet, but we've got work to do there. And the Russell 2000 just starting to come through back on the short term. Looking at the futures are already through the cloud and are up slightly this morning, so we may see an improvement. FTSE had a good end to the day yesterday, just ended right on resistance on the short-term chart, so it'll be interesting to see FTSE this morning. And the same with the FTSE 250 just starting to come back through the cloud, and the DAX well and truly back above the cloud, so we're seeing bullish sentiment there, and we've got upside targets of 2.3 and 3%. So DAX looking strong. The Nikkei is down 0.8%, so just bearish in the short term, struggling to break out of this range. 1950, 20,000 is the level that we really want to see the Nikkei break. And the Hang Seng has maintained its bullishness above the cloud, and Shanghai did fall away quite strongly, down over 1%. So we are just seeing some short-term weakness now creeping in that market. Sensex has held its bullishness all through the recent sell-off and is bullish on all three time frames. The S&P the Australian index looking amazingly bullish above the cloud, breaking here, breaking out to new highs. So really now we're just seeing here 2-year highs. That's really strong for the Australian market and lots of upside targets. So Australia looking good. Brent crude has recovered quite strongly back to 52.50. So we could say that we found some support here, but we're really in the price terms below the cloud. We need to get it back above 56 really to be bullish again. So whilst we are finding some support at these levels, it is a bearish transition. And WTI much the same. We have come back into the cloud, looking pretty bullish on the upside. We have taken some of these downside targets off, which is bullish in itself, but again, we are what's meant to be the strong part of the year, and we're not really that showing that strength. US nat gas at 323, so that leapt yesterday, much as we said it would on the targets. And copper is also bullish above the clouds. Taking a look at gold, gold is just hanging at this 1250 level. So we are just seeing that at the moment, but it is still bullish medium and long term. We've got upside targets to 1285 not activated, 1293 is activated, and with downside to 1231, which again is not activated. So could go either way at the moment. US government bonds, the yields 238, 2.38%. And looking at US stocks, Apple's still bullish, looking very bullish above the clouds. Google just starting to get back into bullish territory. Amazon is back and is breaking to new highs there, so that's really positive. Facebook also breaking to new highs, which is positive, and Microsoft breaking higher as well. So we're seeing generally the tech market looking good. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.